Do either of you have solutions for the climate?
Shut your gaping maw, you pathetic weakling! I can climb whatever I want. You name it, I climb it. I will climb. I promise to climb it.
Your Holiness, do you agree?
Even animals. I think sometimes, because we can learn more things from animals rather than human beings.
Boring! I wasn't even listening. I fell asleep like 9 hours ago. I'm gonna skip the cliff notes and answer your question with a question by telling you a little bit about myself. I was born in 1642 to Bob Evans and Wilma Fedstone. I was a precocious child and won 12 Rhodes scholarships to the South Pole before I was even 18.
One killer sign is, firstly, we everybody come from mother's womb. And we survived with mother's milk.
I personally dismembered Napoleon, and then I came to the Spanish Navy in their invasion of the Sears Tower, and every single sailor under me won the Nobel Prize simultaneously, and I wasn't even a man yet. When it came time for me to take a wife and settle down, I decided it was time to give back to the community by resting on a throne of human skulls for 1,000 years.
I think when about 1,000 years ago, the separate education institution started in Europe. At that time, I think moral ethics, these take care by church and family.
Shut up! What's it going to take to get you to shut up?
That still I don't know. And some small insect.
Can anyone
They
else
may not have
understand
the
him?
ability. Their brain size is too small.
So our leaders don't always keep their word when they take office. How will we know that you will do what you say?
I always talk. The best way, effective way to bring inner strength. With that, inner calmness or inner peace. And with that, we can handle all problems more realistically, more effectively.
Let me break this down for you. The Yeti does what the Yeti does. That's what it means to be the Yeti. The Yeti does what the Yeti does. Say it with me.
So I believe warm-heartedness, compassionate heart is the key factor for
The
meaningful
Yeti
life.
does what the Yeti does. The Yeti does what the Yeti does. Yeti does, Yeti does. Yeti does, Yeti does.
Which one of you is Brexit for? And don't you think it's too early not to declare that one or both of you aren't or are it? I'll take my answer off the air.
My English, dangerous. So now nearly 3,000 people here.
Who are you, question person?
My name is Jorge.
Jorge, my opponent refuses to answer your question. How does that make you feel? Do you think he can answer any of your questions? The words are on a sign for him to read aloud to you. The sign is up there. Speak the truth, opponent.
Then, obviously, I think in this hall, some people there, oh yes, oh that very strong light is I cannot see.
Speak the truth.
Yes, yes, yes.
He cannot. He will not. He will not. But Yeti is different because Yeti cannot read at all.
So at that time, separate, newly developed education institution take care only brain.
Yes. Let's talk about education. Let's talk about education. Everyone should get the education. Nobody should get the not educations that he will give you. I repeat, he will give you not educations that will fail your cubs when it comes time for them to enter the C- suite. They will fail in the C- suite.
I think if we examine those individuals who at the young age who receive maximum affection from our mother, their mental state comparatively much more stable.
Jorge, can you believe this? Jorge, if you are willing to take his advice over mine, you are the squishiest brained whelp I have ever not roasted whole for a snack.
And I think 24 hours, such people are more happier, more calm, may not disturb their mind easily.
In 24 hours, I will rule forever.
Each season, our community is besieged by wealthy millionaires and billionaires who exploit our people for their labor and sully our land with their waste. What will the candidates do to protect our precious resources from outside foreign interests?
Ladies and gentlemen, I have deep roots in this community. I was born here. My parents were born here. And like my grandparents and their parents before them, I have spent my life protecting this land from outsiders. My family has been hunting and eating tourists for generations, and I hope that my own children will one day carry on that proud family legacy. I have eaten princes, dukes, and titans of industry. One day, perhaps my sons will eat a president, a prime minister, Elon Musk. I stand by my record. I wonder if my opponent can do the same.
I think if we examine those individuals who at the young age who receive maximum affection from our mother, their mental state comparatively much more stable. And more important, such people a greater potential to show affection to others.
Greater ability.
Greater ability to show affection to others. And I think 24 hours, such people are more happier, more calm, may not disturb their mind easily. Then those people, I think there must be some at a young age lacking that affection, and worst case, some abuse.
Each passing year, it seems that our community grows more and more polarized, with each side shouting past the other. My question to the candidates is this: if elected, what will you do to bring civility back to politics?
Civility? You want civility? Look at me. I am almost literally a great big teddy bear. If elected, I'm not just gonna reach my paw out in friendship. I'm gonna wrap this guy up in a great big bear hug of friendship. But I can get along with anybody. Seriously, ask around. I'll talk to anyone. See that scar right there? One time, I'm out foraging, minding my own business, and this Yeti hunter took a shot at me. Said he wanted to prove my existence. I guess making a rug out of a guy proves something, right? Anyway, he shot at me, so I took a swipe at him and nearly took his scalp off. Can you blame me? You come at the king, you best not miss. Anyway, cooler heads eventually prevailed, and an hour later I was buying the guy a beer at the bar. Nice guy. We still exchange greeting cards. His grandkid just struck it rich with some computer thing. Tip-top, click-clock, something like that. Good kid. Good kid.
I always talk the best way, effective way to bring inner strength. With that inner calmness or inner peace, and with that we can handle all problems more realistically, more effectively. So I believe warm-heartedness, compassionate heart is the key factor for meaningful life.
Hi, yes, my home is directly along the path commonly used to access the summit of the mountain. If elected, what will you do to address the torrent of frozen corpses that have been accumulating in my yard?
See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. You got a leaky faucet, you call a plumber. Your chimney is falling apart, you call a mason. You got a bunch of dead bodies piling up in your driveway, you call an apex predator who's not above a little scavenging. Look, I'm not one to judge a book by its cover, but look at this, and look at me. I'm looking at this guy and I'm thinking that a vegan, whatever you call it, maybe he's gonna eat a fish or something on occasion. Then look at me. Look at these claws. Look at these teeth. You got a problem with corpses. I got your solution right here. I got a big family too. Give us a call. We'll take care of it. No problem. You gotta vote for me either. I'll do whatever it takes to win.
Usually, you see, people say, in order to achieve happy life, we making also the importance of material value. So it looks our happiness come from material values. Of course, material values are very useful. We need that. But material facility alone will not create inner peace.
Being a civic leader requires a calm and steady demeanor. Without going into specifics, some of the candidates have been known to have unseemly outbursts. Can you speak to your temperament for the job?
So, of course, my life, not happy one. A lot of difficulties. At age 16, I lost my freedom. At age 24, I lost my own country. Then last 50 years, constant, heartbreaking news, always. Some cases, some positive news. Otherwise, most cases, bad news, sad news. But then, comparatively, my mental state, quite okay, quite calm.
Look, you can stop being coy. I know this question is about me. You know, I'm happy to apologize if I've ever made a mistake, and I've apologized for plenty. I apologized when I trampled Miss Ardaki's garden. I apologized when I defecated in Miss Ardaki's garden. And I apologized when I mistakenly ate Mrs. Ardaki's dog, I guess. It was an honest mistake. And I didn't know it was a pet. My people, we don't keep pets, so mea culpa on that one. Sorry. I'll say it again. But I won't apologize for being myself. So again, yes, I ate Mr. Ardaki. And no, I won't apologize for it. He was a high-handed and condescending man, and there was no reason to stick that rake in my face. No reason. No reason. I'd eat him again if I could. Next question.
Affordable access to quality health care is a real concern for me and my family. If elected, what will you do to ensure that working class residents can be proactive about maintaining their health?
So some people consider Dalai Lama have some kind of healing power. That's nonsense. If I truly have sort of healing power, then the surgery which removed my gallbladder, that should not take place. So that means very clear I have no healing power.
Look, I'm old school. You got a twisted ankle, stand up, rub dirt on it, walk it off. You got a headache? Boo-hoo. Shake it off, rub dirt on it, walk it off. Your body is shutting down because you're pinned beneath a rock slide and hypothermia is having its way with you. Sit back, close your eyes, let go, and enjoy the ride. I hear hypothermia is a very peaceful way to go. Count yourself lucky, I say. We live in one of the harshest environments on the planet. You want to waste time that you have on this planet reading Us Weekly and waiting rooms for preventative care? Please. Here's my proposal for universal health care. The more you whine about whatever ails you, the more likely I am to show up and smother you myself.
Women have often been underrepresented in our local government. What will you do to close this gap and fight the specter of gender inequality?
Hashtag Me Too. This is the Me Too question, right? Look, you don't know my life. I got people following my every move. I can't take a crap without some wannabe cryptozoologist trying to shove a camera up my ass for his YouTube channel. So yeah, I pose a lot for the pictures with a lot of people, because that's what makes it easiest to get along with my day, okay? When you pose for a lot of photos, you put your arms around a lot of people. Hey, Mr. Yeti, can I get a selfie? I don't know where my paw is landing when a bunch of tourists are putting their arms around me.
Mother have tremendous sort of affection and willing to sacrifice mother's own, willing to, face any difficulties, any sort of problems.
Believe women!
My question is about our local economy. As you know, jobs are few and far between, and those who are lucky enough to have employment have seen their wages frozen or even reduced. What is your plan to revitalize the economy and return prosperity to the region?
And one's own inner happiness, inner calmness also creates some peaceful atmosphere that also many other people enjoy. So through that way, we can create more happier society. Something like one family. That we really need. Money, power may not bring that. That thing can bring only through sincere, compassionate attitude.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I agree with that guy. Whatever happened to bootstraps, huh? As in, pull yourself up by them. And I say that as a guy who doesn't wear boots. I think it was Sarah Connor who said, "No fate but what we make." That's my philosophy. I believe it too. Look at my aunt. She lost her job a couple years back. It hit her hard. She had given her whole life to that place. She thought she had a pension coming and everything. Then one day, bam! The entire place is wiped out by a landslide. But did my aunt whine about it? Yes, briefly. But then she pulled herself together, regrouped, and came up with a new plan. Now she makes very nice living selling jewelry made from reclaimed Sherpa ears on Etsy. Check out her work, it's beautiful.
As an informed citizen of the world, I am deeply concerned about the global climate change. If elected, what will you do to help combat this issue?
I think you also have already, some experience. More successful life, more money, maybe greed increasing. With that, jealousy also increasing. Suspicion also increasing. So material value alone sometimes create more anxiety, more stress, more worry.
Hey, you want to talk about a big carbon footprint? It don't get much bigger than this one right here, huh? Folks, I care about the Earth. I really do. I don't want the Earth to be destroyed. That's where I keep all my stuff. You know what one of the biggest sources of greenhouse gas emissions is? Cow farts. I'm not making this up. Cow farts. Anyway, I don't keep cows, so I feel like I'm already doing my part. Anyway, I could do with a little global warming. I don't know how often you walk around this place barefoot, but I gotta tell you, it's not a great feeling. So, if I'm walking on some warm rocks instead of permafrost by this time next year, you won't hear me complaining. Cow farts.
It has become clear to anyone who lives here that the middle class is rapidly disappearing, and there's a stark disparity between the haves and the have-nots. If elected, how will you address this growing inequity in our community?
Even animals. I think sometimes because we can learn more things from animals rather than human beings. The animals, they don't care whether that person is rich or poor.
Well, I think everybody knows my stance on this one. It's a campaign slogan. Eat the rich, literally. It's an idea as old as time, and it's one that I firmly believe in. And of course, being rich is subjective, don't you think? A poor man with a happy family is wealthy in his own way, right? Eat 'em all, I say. And here's a little plug. If you want an Eat the Rich bumper sticker, you can get one for a small donation to my campaign.
As you know, there has been a lot of talk about the influence of special interests, and we're really concerned that neither of your campaigns has been transparent on this issue. Can you please tell us why we ought to believe you'll represent the people?
Those people who think only money value, always think about money like that.
Interject. I want to talk directly to the special interests tonight. You are not my special interests. I am your special interest. My opponent does not accept the value of money, but I accept the money whenever I value it or not. I don't care why I want it or what I'll do with it. I might burn it. I might eat it. The First Amendment says so. I have a thought. I retract my prior statement. I will eat the money, then the special interests will eat the money. My fellow Himalayans, we will all eat the money.
Certainly, without money, you can't sort of survive. You can't work. Important, but besides money value, material value, the other value, such as happy family, compassionate community, inner peace.
We will also eat your family. I will personally eat your compassion. And when I have eaten your innards, I will have inward peace.
Those people, now two kind of people. I think this global economic crisis, I think most hit those persons who think only money value. I think hit most.
I will hit you the most.
They, I think, get much disturbances than the other one. Other one, yes, no money crisis there, but still very happy in their family, in their community.
He escuchado a muchos políticos decir que la diversidad tiene mucho valor, pero muchísimos grupos todavía no tienen mucha representación. ¿Cómo se va a asegurar que nuestros líderes aumenten la representación y diversidad?
Basic our mental attitude calm. And then even some disturbances will come and will not remain longer.
You know what's wrong with birds? I hate birds. That's what's wrong with them.
Come and go.
Yesterday, I ate an entire flock of birds. Not because I like how they taste, but because I wanted to get rid of them, and eating is a really efficient method for me. They're stupid, pointy bones. They're stupid beaks. Have you ever tried to eat 20 beaks at once? It made me really sick. It nearly killed me. Birds nearly killed me.
Like immune system. Our body immune system, strong. And some virus, some germs come and may not disturb much. It's a basic physical condition, weak. Then small virus create a lot of disturbances, a lot of sort of problems for health.
Hold it right there. Do I look physically weak to you? No. I just ate too many bird beaks. And I overcame them. I defeated them. I have digested them. I will eat another flock of birds that I hate just to prove it to you. I hereby demand that my opponent also eats an entire flock of birds.
Like that. Mentally also. Basic mental attitude, calm, peaceful. And then
I would really like to know a bit about how you view the role of force. Which one of you is better equipped to brutally crack open the head of an opponent and use their skull as a teacup?
any violent action is mutual destruction.
Essentially, combat is an expression of hostile feelings. But in the large-scale combat that we call war, hostile feelings often have become merely hostile intentions. At any rate, there are usually no hostile feelings between individuals.
But we do appreciate affection, smile, closeness feeling. So then we trust that, totally rely on that. So according to medical doctor, after birth, next few weeks, mother's physical touch is very crucial factor for proper development of the child.
Yet such emotions can never be completely absent from war. Modern wars are seldom fought without hatred between nations. This serves as a more or less substitute for the hatred between individuals. Even when there is no mutual hatred and no animosity to start with, the fighting itself will stir up hostile feelings. Violence committed on superior orders will stir up the desire for revenge and retaliation against the perpetrator rather than against the powers that ordered the action. It is only human or animal, if you'd like, but it is a fact.
Why do you believe you are qualified to lead?
I think you also have already, some experience. More successful life, more money, sometimes create more anxiety, more stress, more worry.
I am the first and only Yeti candidate. My opponent is running on an anti-Yeti whisper campaign and has no plans that will address the needs of the Yeti community. Do you have an answer for that?
Can you clarify the ways in which you differ from your opponent?
I'd like to turn that question back to you. Can you clarify the ways in which you differ from the sniveling, puffy-faced, snot-mouthed bull of cowardice next to you? I don't think you can.
Human being, suppose we have much more intelligence.
I have to interrupt you here to say that all humans are weak and very easy to crush.
If that intelligence destroyed or negligence about this basic value, which even other animals also appreciate, if that we neglect or minimize, it is kind of foolish. I think basically our nature, I believe, more compassionate.
My opponent is trying to talk about compassion, but seriously, humans are very easy for me to crush. They're very different things. In one case, you care about someone else or something, and in another, I can crush humans very easily.